All right, it's the season of love, and if you're single, sometimes this time of year can be a little annoying. If you find yourself struggling with Valentine's Day, girl, let's talk about it. Joining us to chat about how to be happy and single is board-certified physician, educator, and executive coach. We have Pete Loper. Welcome to the show, Pete.
Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you on. So, Pete, why is it important that people embrace being single right now, even though it can be a little challenging with Valentine's Day being here?
Yeah, that's a great question. So quick disclaimer, I am not single. I've been happily married for the last 10 years. So quick happy Valentine's Day to my beautiful wife, Amy. But that being said, I have been single before, as many of us have. And being single is a natural part of life seasons. And it's really important to note also that context is important with this idea of being single, right? Some people are single because they just haven't found that special someone. Other people are single because they've lost a relationship, or even worse, a loved one. And so it's really important to know context, but regardless of context, being single is this beautiful moment for adaptation and development, work on that self-confidence, that sense of self-awareness that really manifests as a sense of self-worth. But then when it's time to relate to somebody in a romantic manner, you're ready for that moment and for that time.
Oh, well, shout out to your wife, like you just said. And I like that you pointed out being single as being a way of adaptation, a beautiful moment for adaptation. That's great. So you have a few ideas to be happy while single. And the first idea includes loved ones. Tell us more.
Yeah, we are inherently social creatures. We were in the isolation epidemic even prior to COVID-19. We're even more isolated now. And so whether you're in a romantic relationship or not, just bolstering your interpersonal interactions, specifically with those you love most, like your family members and your friends, is super important. If you're living a distance from your family and you're not in a romantic relationship, being intentional about blocking time during the course of your week to be able to connect with them via FaceTime is super important. It goes a long way for supporting your mental health and well-being. It also helps you remember how to relate to other people, which is, again, super important for you to transition to that romantic relationship season when it's your time.
Yeah, and what about social media? Would you say, is it helpful or not?
Yeah, so I would say no. It can be very, very dangerous because that construct of socially prescribed perfectionism, we know that that idea that you only belong in society thrives in the construct of in the context of social media, and it really reinforces this idea that in order to be able to engage in a romantic relationship or find somebody who finds you worthy of love, you have to be perfect, which is a totally flawed construct. And it can have a significant impact on your ability to be able to seek to relate to other people in a romantic way when it's your time.
Yeah, we talked about social media and it kind of being the highlight reel, only showing the positives and the good. So it's important to understand that that's not what it is all the time. What about some self-care activities? What can we do?
Yeah, sure. So there's a few. One of them is journaling. Again, self-awareness, knowing yourself is super important to be able to then get to know somebody else. And so journaling is a really, really great way to reinforce your sense of self-awareness. It's also really important too, if you have a history of a relationship, a romantic relationship that's ended poorly, journaling can be a really, really great strategy to help you meaning make of that relationship, such that you can avoid maybe making the same mistakes or falling into the same pitfalls with your next jump into the relationship try. So it's really, really important. It can go a long way to help supporting you prepare for that next romantic relationship when it's your time.
Yeah, I like that idea, jotting it down. So like you said, going into another relationship, looking back and reflecting and seeing some of the things that need to change. You say that we should be kind and do for others. Elaborate on that.
Absolutely. And so this idea of being kind and caring for others is going to reinforce our sense of compassion, right? We want to be compassionate because we know compassionate is one of those core principles that's important, or core qualities that's important to bolstering our sense of self-worth. So by caring for others and being kind, we reinforce and exercise that compassion muscle and thereby reinforce our sense of self-worth. If we're feeling worthy, then we're more inclined to find a partner, a romantic partner, that's going to help reinforce that sense of self-worth. And we're reciprocally going to be able to do that for our romantic partner. So again, it's just in that season of being single, it's really important to work on exercising your compassion by being kind to others so that you're prepared to transition into that romantic relationship when it's your time.
Yeah, and having that self-love. Pete, thank you for joining us this morning. And again, happy Valentine's Day to you and your wife. You can revisit these tips on our website at yourcalifornialife.com.